Romania, Simion. Simion is the far-right guy? Is he? That's the new far-right guy? But he's not the same guy as before, right? Wasn't Antonescu the last one? The last far-right guy? No, he's not. No, this isn't him. Oh, no, he's the incumbent guy? The other guy got banned. Georgescu. Okay, that's why I recognized the SQ at the end there. Okay, Georgescu was the one. He was barred. So he's really not being let back on. Okay. So how bad is George Simion? Simion is far right, but he's more of an opportunist and is well known to have connections with the ruling parties. Okay. He looks like a different guy in this picture to this picture, doesn't he? Here he looks way more stately than here. Here he looks really pale, but here he looks like he's from a photo from the 80s. Like a, you know what I mean? Campaigning for the unification of Moldova and Romania. Okay. Civil activism. He looks from like Mike from Red Letter Media. You know, he kind of does. I see that. I see that. Is this the good guy or bad guy? Well, this would be the bad guy to us, I suppose. But, you know, in my opinion, the Jedi are evil. He is a persona non grata in both Ukraine and Moldova. Okay, okay. Is he like pro-Transnistria? All right, well, he's a Zionist. Meeting, Simion acknowledged and expressed regret about Romania's role in the Holocaust during World War II. That's good. Promised to combat anti-Semitism. That's good. And supported the expansion of Israeli settlements in the West Bank. That's bad. He's not as insanely pro-Russia as the previous one? Okay. So he's not like pro-Transnistria or whatever? Well, his party is anti-Semitic as fuck. They had recent chat leaks in their youth group talking about gassing Jews and Slavs. Gassing Slavs? In Romania. Man, it's fucking crazy, man. Are there any white supremacists? Romanians are not Slavs? That's the fun thing. To an American, yeah, you are. Romania is not a Slavic country, man. Romania is Latin. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know that to Americans, Slav means any people who are like within 3 tones of my skin who are east of Germany. They don't know that we don't fucking care. Ah! You drink vodka and you talk funny. That's funny. Romanians love saying they're descendants of Romans. I wonder where they might get that idea from. Ultranationalists far right oppose to same-sex marriage, anti-mask, anti-vaccine, and Magyarophobic. Anti-Hungarian sentiment. Okay. That's right. You look back at the Balkans and you got to learn all these new forms of racism. Americans don't see ethnicity. You have to understand. We don't. That's not a joke. We don't. We have white people, Hispanics, blacks, Asians. We can tell Russians, but like we think that Russians include Georgians, Ukrainians, Belarusians, anyone who talks like this, more or less. That's all like a group to us. And what, no Indians? I guess there's like Indians and Middle Easterners too. Yeah. Pretty much it though. Like that's pretty much it, you know? We don't really see your ethnic distinctions, so. He was at the second inauguration of Donald Trump. Okay. As of 2025, he lived in a 52 square meter studio flat in Bucharest, purportedly donating 90% of his salary from parliamentary employment to civic causes related to Romania or Romanians. Okay. Interesting. Trump meets Polish nationalist candidate ahead of presidential election. You don't say. It's the piss party. Karol Nawrocki. Didn't we cover a Polish election pretty recently? Yeah, in 2023. Okay, those were the parliamentary elections, but this is the presidential election. Okay. Sorry, my American mind, etc., etc. Are we seeing like, okay, hold on. Who's Minson? And why have they been losing popularity? They're with the Confederation Liberty Independence far-right political alliance. Okay, so the far right has been losing vote share in the polling, which is good. Wow, guys, look at the fucking Trump effect again. They're more Hitlerite than Pitt. Yep, okay, so far right goes down. But in this case, because it's like a broader multi-party system, it's not just the far right. You also have the regular right. People are moving from the far right to the regular right. Yeah, I've heard Poland is a beautiful country. I know people make fun of it because they're kind of like beaten up a little bit for being the Balkan representative to the rest of Europe because they're, you know, right there, right next to Germany. And they're a larger country. But I've heard beautiful things. Are you literally Polish? Yeah, like in my blood, but in my heart I'm American. Like I've never been there. Balkan representative, Poland, what? This guy needs to watch more Zizek. They're both huge neolibs. Trzaskowski is just slightly less reactionary. Okay, well, let's see how reactionary he is, since it seems like he's going to win. Am I saying his name correctly, by the way? Trzaskowski? Normally, like, my last name is Koczynski, but that's not how... No? Okay, then correct me, please. Trzaskowski? Trzaskowski? Like that? Do I drop the T, basically? Trzaskowski? Do you know any Polish words? No, why would I? Tchaikovsky. Wow, okay, I was way off. Yeah, my last name is Polish, of course, but it's anglicized Polish. It's not actually Polish. Trzaskowski. Okay, Trzaskowski. All right. Handsome fella. Don't let people sanewash Naroki. He's Piss is far right. They did the LGBT free zones. On the 18th of February, on the 18th of February, 2019, fuck, I forget how this is pronounced. Tchaikovsky? Right? Tchaikovsky? Signed a 12-point LGBT declaration combating discrimination of the LGBT community and providing guidance in the area of personal security, education, culture, sport, administration, employment. Well, that's nice. Is this guy really that bad? Being like aggressively pro-LGBT in 2019 Poland seems to me like it indicates, I don't know, some kind of backbone, at least in some progressive issues. He's a woke neolib. Okay. I guess, like, considering the fact that my country is currently being raped to death by neo-Nazis, I'm maybe my standards have lowered a little bit, like the bar's a little lower. Tchaikovsky. Okay. He dropped all the progressive issues in his campaign. Did he? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I'd have to know more specifics to really have a grasp on that. How much power does the president have in Poland? Because it varies country to country, right? Like in some places, like none, not very. Okay, then would if his role is just that as a head of state and he doesn't really have much governmental power, isn't it more important that he be progressive than that he be like economically, you know what I mean? He'll be cutting healthcare spending? Well, I hope not. President has a large blocking power. Okay. Well, I'm happy to see relatively good news out of Romania and Poland then. Relatively. We'll see how things go in Romania. Wouldn't it be nice if in both of these elections, the candidate that supported Trump lost? Like Simion was there during his inauguration, and, you know, we know who Trump prefers in Poland. It was just like country after country after country after country after country where the Trump candidate loses. I just, you know, I just like I like the vibe. How much better news is Carney winning, in your opinion, these two? The Carney one is huge. That's the biggest one. Like, Carney was the conservatives in Canada were going to win in a fucking massive sweep. We border Canada, we were threatening them, and then in no time at all, massive turnaround, right? You know? And the liberals, you know, the liberals take head. So that was iconic. Type shit. Exactly.